Hello, fellow Panthers. This is Patrick Shanko from the class of 2012. Joining me today is Pedro Caligari from the class of 2013. Pedro, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Patrick?
I'm doing well. This is the alumni edition of the PCSS Weekly News, which we started this podcast last week, and we'll be continuing every Monday. It'll be played during advisory, so we're very excited. We're here to provide you with all of the most important happenings around our school. So without further ado, Pedro, why don't you get us started?
So as everyone knows, February is Black History Month. It began February 1st last week. And be on the lookout for important lessons and informations that your teachers will be bringing you. Also, shout out to Ms. McIntosh setting up a great bulletin board in the main hallways. It has cool information and important things about this month, so make sure to stop by and take a look.
Yeah, Miss Jones actually took me by it last Friday, and it's actually really cool. So shout out to Miss McIntosh. And again, that's in the main hallway, right outside of the main office. Go by, take a look at some information. Moving into sports, both the boys and girls varsity teams had a game against Boston Collegiate last Wednesday. The boys had a thrilling 52-45 win in overtime. So shout out to the boys varsity team as well as Mr. Ronsley, the coach. On the girls' side, they fell to Boston Collegiate 39-37 in a very close game. They almost had them, but luckily for the girls, they'll be able to get their revenge today as they take on Boston Collegiate on the road. The boys varsity team will also be playing Boston Collegiate on the road. If you have a chance to stop by and support your fellow Panther athletes, we have the best fans, so you should show some support. Pedro, why don't you talk to us a little bit about blackout bullying?
Before I move on to blackout bullying, I just want to say that the girls' varsity team, I think Miss O'Neill's doing a very good job this year. It's it's coming down all about coaching this year, and coaching is the number one thing moving a team forward. So.
Coach O'Neill is one of the best in the business.
I would say so myself. So another important thing is blackout bullying. So last week we held our annual blackout bullying week. Miss Franco had a great week of activities planned out, and we want to thank her. Bullying is extremely serious, and we are proud to eliminate that culture from our school. Remember, PCSS has an open door policy, so if you see a case of bullying, don't be afraid and tell someone. Very important to look for someone and tell them about bullying.
And it's not even, it could be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be, either one of us in the hallways. It doesn't have to be a teacher. Anyone that you find that you think is important to talk to, feel free to do it. Want to wrap this edition up of the podcast by talking about the science fair. As you know, the high school fair will be taking place on February 10th at PCSS 1 in the gymnasium. The middle school fair will take place on the 17th at the Pioneer 2 gym in Saugus. So to any students that are making it to the fair, make sure you check out our science fair PSA that Mr. Hancock put up. We put it up on Facebook last week. Basically some tips and some last minute reminders for all you guys in the science fair. So make sure you take a look at that on Facebook again.
Yeah, I was looking at that video you guys made, and I wish I had that when I was in the science fair. Some great tips in there, so utilize that.
Edited by yours truly, I might add.
Of course, I could tell. It was beautiful.
Final thing I want to say is, we're doing this podcast for you guys and to make sure that you guys have the most up-to-date information and things that maybe we don't see that are going on. Feel free to talk to the deans, Miss Jones, myself, Pedro, if you want something in the podcast, whether it's an event that you want to promote, or maybe you're in student government, or wherever the case is. If you want to promote an event or you want to get something on the podcast, feel free to reach out to anyone that I mentioned. Again, the deans, Mr. Francis, Mr. Collymore, Mrs. Jones, myself, Pedro, or any other faculty member for that matter. They'll get in touch with me. But Pedro, thank you for stopping by this week for the alumni edition. I really appreciate it.
That was very exciting. I wish that I could do it again next Monday, so fingers crossed that nobody else shows up again.
That does it for the PCSS Weekly News. We'll see you next Monday.